Welcome to the ResChexpert blog. Today we want to talk to you about Manual J versus Manual S. If you want to find this article, you can go to www.rescheck.info and scroll down to the ResChexpert blog. Click on the article. That'll take you to the blog post. Now just sit back and relax while I read it to you. Today on the ResChexpert blog, we want to look at two energy reports that have nothing to do with ResCheck reporting. The first energy report is Manual J, and we are going to create an in-depth comparison to Manual S. These reports are essential in many jurisdictions and help homeowners, architects, contractors, subcontractors, engineers, and HVAC professionals choose how they will manage indoor comfort. Take a look with us as we look at the ever-popular Manual J versus Manual S. Manual J has the following characteristics on every report. Shows a sensible heat gain, calculates a latent heat gain, calculates a total heat loss, takes into account summer outdoor climate data from a local temperature collection area, uses winter or outdoor climate data from a nearby station that monitors local temperature. Altitude is used when calculating both heat loss and heat gain. Uses all portion of a home's insulation envelope, including roof, walls, windows, doors, foundation, insulation values. Basis calculations on the assumed number of occupants in a home. Most commonly used for residential addition, new construction, and home renovations, sometimes for smaller commercial applications. Methods for calculations are varied and range from software to spreadsheets to custom calculators or by hand. Measures the appliance within a home and the loads they create. Data is compiled into a concise report that its main features include a minimum information output of job site address, local climate data, elevation, sensible heat gain, latent heat gain, and total heat loss. Can be referred to as a Manual J, heat loss and heat gain. Now, let's look at a Manual S. The Manual S has the following characteristics on each report. Manual S is a derivative of the Manual J, meaning the sensible heat gain, latent heat gain, and total heat loss are used in calculating the Manual S. You cannot create a Manual S without first creating a Manual J. The Manual S uses summer outdoor climate data from a local temperature collection area that size the HVAC equipment. Manual S also considers the winter outdoor climate data from a nearby station that monitors local temperatures to size your HVAC equipment. Altitude is considered when calculating Manual S equipment sizing. Manual S looks at the sizing of a furnace based on the structure's total heat loss. Manual S creates the sizing of an air conditioning unit based on the structure, sensible heat gain, and latent heat gain. Manual S looks at the HVAC equipment manufacturer's data to calculate if the proposed unit is sized correctly for the structure, climate zone, and customer's needs. Manual S can also be referred to as Manual S equipment sizing. Overall, Manual J and Manual S are the two most required and most important energy reports on any construction project. The Manual J is the first step in the process when it comes to Manual S. The essential data given in the Manual J heat loss report is sensible heat gain, latent heat gain, and total heat loss. These outputs from the Manual J are then transferred into the Manual J and compared against the chosen HVAC equipment output data. The Manual S will offer you a sizing report that tells you whether the suggested equipment is correctly sized to the proper structure. As to which report wins the Manual J versus Manual S standoff, we'd have to choose the Manual J. This is because the Manual S is relying on so much of the Manual J. Manual J and Manual S share commonalism. The Manual S benefits from the Manual J, but does not harm or alter the Manual J. The Manual J is not necessarily harmed by the calculation of the Manual S, but the existence of the Manual J heat loss is essential to the creation of the Manual S equipment sizing. We thank you for reading our in-depth study of Manual J heat loss versus Manual S equipment sizing. We hope we have provided with you some in-depth insight into the ever-changing world of home energy auditing. If you need a ResCheck Manual J, Manual S created for you, simply email us a PDF of plans, job site address, and square footage. We'll get your reports taken care of. Email address, service@rescheck.info. You're ready to get started? Just scroll to the top of the page, rescheck.info, click the Buy Now button. That'll take you to our store. You're ready to go. Thanks again for listening.